सर जो सर्फेक्टेंट कंपाउंड्स होते हैं सर वो सरफेस टेंशन रिड्यूस कैसे करते हैं सर?
That is actually the interaction of the molecules actually. So when you add, let's say you have something, any particular field for timing, let's say you have water only. So you have only water molecules, and if you add some other material to it, then they have the interaction with them. So interaction, if it is means something like that, you have the original molecules and the new foreign molecules which you have the added. So every molecules have the nature actually. Some are means try to give either a cohesive force, or you can say the cohesive force are being called when the you have only same liquid, but you have added one more, so you can take at that particular force between those two molecules of the different the substance is the adhesive force actually. So if you are adding something which is giving rise to adhesive force, then it will further enhance the surface tension actually. If you are adding some material just like a surfactant, what they are doing, they are creating a dispersion there actually. So they are practically decreasing the cohesive force between the molecules, and at the same time they are not having the more means adhesive force between those molecules, the surfactant and water molecules. So they have two properties. One is, let's say they want to repel the molecules of the original base material. So if you want to just repel them the away, it means you are making them free to move. So if you are making them free to move, obviously you are decreasing the surface tension actually. So that means that depend on hydrophobicity and hydrophilic the characteristic. So just cut the time of time being the hydro part. Because the hydro generally you talk for water actually. So if you are talking in terms of water, if you are adding the something is called hydrophilic, something is called hydrophobic. So hydrophobic just repel the things actually. So in that way, once you the repel the two things away, it you are enhancing that free path actually. And once free path is more, obviously your surface tension and every other property would also decrease.
Yes,
So
sir.
good morning to all of you. And actually, yesterday we have covered most of the fluid properties and descriptions. And yesterday we did actually surface tensions, capillary rise, and capillary fall actually, and then work done to actually expand either the soap bubble or maybe to your air bubble, and in case of liquid droplet something. That you also we also talked about something related to that pressure drop calculations, that how much should be the inside pressure of liquid droplet. So you have also categorized that when do you consider the two surfaces, when would you consider the one surfaces. So just like a air bubble, so air bubble inside of any medium, just like a water, so you have only one surface because you have only air bubble. So air bubble inside of the air bubble, you just have only air. Outside you have water, so therefore you are considering that time only one surface. In case of liquid droplet in air, so you have a liquid droplet which is completely only one liquid, so you have only one surface which is outer one only. In case of soap bubble, so soap bubble you generally blow in the air. So soap bubble, if you blow in the air, so inside of soap bubble you have air, outside of soap bubble also you have the air. So therefore you always treat there the two surfaces. Fine. So, and then you have also calculated that how can you, we have also discussed how can you minimize your capillary rise and fall. Sometimes it is a wanted criteria, just like a cleaning of cloth or and something where we want to have lift the fluid automatically up, so you would need a capillary rise for part there. So in that case, you have to minimize the diameter and you have to take your tube in such a way that your contact angle should be actually as low as possible actually, so that capillary rise would be more and more. Wherever you want to make it fat, just like measuring the in the devices or your manometer something. So here you want a flat meniscus, the meniscus you want completely flat. So to make it flat, you want somehow that delta S, the capillary rise, should be as low as possible, just close to zero. So almost zero is not possible. You could have maybe 1 into 10 to the power minus 3 or maybe minus 2 in terms of mm. That can be considered as a flat meniscus actually. Okay, so these were some of the, means the applications of your surface tension actually. Then this is just a classification of fluid mechanics actually, and based on the motion of the fluid. We always talked about these things in the previous the lectures actually. So here we are talking, first thing we are talking about continuum fluid mechanics. Continuum means fluid is being considered as a continuum. In that case, in a given control volume, the number of particles remains constant. Therefore, its properties are not changing with respect to time within that confined volume. Actually, that's called continuum fluid mechanics approach. Actually, this will give you a density not changing within that particular volume. Then you have classified this into two categories. One is inviscid here. Inviscid means ideal fluid, or there you are just treating their viscosity is almost equal to zero. And then you have the viscous fluid, means all real fluid have some viscosity, so all comes in that particular category. Inviscid category is just a hypothetical type of condition only. Practically, it doesn't exist actually. Then you are just viscous fluid, you are just treating them. One is the laminar, other one is turbulent. So laminar flow, you are just talking about the streamlined flow pattern, and turbulent means no flow pattern. Everything is mixed actually completely. Then each of the fluid, whether it is the inviscid or whether it is the viscous air. So inviscid case, you are just talking, then it could be compressible or incompressible. Just like gases, you are treating them inviscid actually. The viscosity magnitude is 1 into 10 to the power minus 5. So in that case, you can just treat it almost equal to zero, because as compared to the liquid, it is 1,000 times lower actually. So in that case, you are with the gaseous is the means the inviscid fluid only. And so those gases can also be treated as compressible and incompressible. For compressible case, your Mach number should be means higher than 1 actually. And for incompressible, if you want to treat them, then Mach number should be less than 1. Now, all fluids could be internal and external. They can flow within a particular pipe or channel or duct, or outside, just like a palm here, you just make it flow here, just like your river or canal, or just throw the water into the air actually. That is called external flows. Okay, so this is what actually we have covered in these particular slides, but something was left in those slides that need to be covered. So I thought that if you can, do you want to write them there? Actually, the one thing here is called differential approach and integral approach actually. So, so in case of the differential part, whenever you are focusing on individual particle actually. So let's say if I show you a figure, so just like this picture actually. Can you see this picture? There you have a channel and that you have the various particles, and then we have just a marked one there, the boundaries here, the dot, I mean the dash line, right? So what you have in this case, suppose you are uh, uh, I think I should make the slide for that because only then you can understand here actually. So in case of the differential, the approach here you have seen in that particular channel are the number of particles there. So if those particles actually, if you are focusing on individual particles, so you have to write individual equations for each particle, just like one for force, one for velocity, one for acceleration, right? You have to focusing on individual particles, and that means you are just talking about one particle, and there you have the number of particles. So you will have a number of the equations for each particle will have their own its own equations actually. And that approach is called differential approach or differential analysis of the fluid. Wherever you are focusing on individual particles, then one is called integral the approach. You have that particular channel there. So in that channel, you have this much boundary here. In between of that, you have several particles there. So you are not interested what is happening in between of that. Just like this is the pipe there. So in that particular case of the pipe, you are just focusing what is happening at this end, what is happening at that end. You are not at all interested what is happening in between of that, what this particle velocity into the particle, no. So you are just wondering how much is velocity or flow rate at this end, how much is velocity and flow rate at this end, that's all. So this approach is called the integral approach actually. You are just ending the interested in initial and final values only. If you are focusing from here to here, all particles are there, and that's called the differential means the analysis which you do in case of the pollutants or some foreign materials or at some tracer particles there. Fine. So then another one is called Lagrangian means the approach and means Eulerian approach. So Lagrangian means you are just focusing on individual particle, just that will give you the differential analysis. Eulerian approach means you are just focusing only at the boundaries only. That's called integral approach. So most of the time in undergraduate fluid mechanics, you are just focusing on integral approach or your Eulerian approach. Okay. So these were few things, two top term which were actually left in the class actually. And then you have something here is called pressure. I will cover actually, don't worry for that. Uh, as far as this, you can note, do you want to send these slides of unit and conversions? Unit and conversion tables, actually that is one thing. Let's solve actually one question because for that I have to add some material in slide actually. I thought it was here, but it's not here actually. We can discuss this tutorial sheet here so that you can you see that?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Just
sir.
Yes, sir.
hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
So
sir.
because I have to add some of the term there and then you can understand. So can you see the first question here because we can quickly discuss this tutorial so that I can in next class I will add all the completely. So first question says that you have 1 meter cube of oil. Its weight is 32.95 kilonewton. Calculate mass density, specific gravity, specific volume, and specific gravity of the oil. Can you suggest how would you proceed?
सर वेट से पहले मास निकाल लेंगे.
What is given first? You have given volume and you have given the weight, W, right?
Yes.
सर वेट डेंसिटी निकाल लेंगे.
How?
सर वेट बाय वॉल्यूम करके, और उसके बाद वेट डेंसिटी से डेंसिटी निकाल लेंगे.
Mm-hmm. Then the specific weight,
उसके बाद स्पेसिफिक वॉल्यूम निकाल लेंगे 1/डेंसिटी करके.
specific, fine, correct.
देन स्पेसिफिक ग्रेविटी निकाल लेंगे. डेंसिटी आ जाएगी तो स्पेसिफिक ग्रेविटी निकाल लेंगे उसकी. फिर
Specific gravity, you will calculate density of that oil divided by
Density.
वाटर
density of water, okay?
Density of 4 degree.
वाटर सर.
Okay? So that way you can solve that one. Then question number 2. Determine the specific gravity of the fluid having viscosity 0.05 poise and kinematic viscosity 0.035 stokes. So you have here two terms here. One is viscosity and then one thing is called kinematic viscosity, right? Do you know the viscosity? We have covered.
यस सर.
Viscosity is mu, right? Yes or no?
यस सर.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So viscosity, how do you, so you have given here viscosity in terms of poise, right? 0.05 poise. How much
Sir,
is one
kinetic-
poise? What is one poise? Any
0.1
answer for that?
0.1 Pascal.
0. Pascal second. Okay. So you have viscosity, and what is the relation between viscosity and kinematic viscosity?
Kinematic viscosity equal to viscosity by
rho.
density.
सर विस्कोसिटी बाय डेंसिटी इज काइनेमेटिक विस्कोसिटी.
Correct. So that mu by rho is called your kinematic viscosity. Its unit will come. What would
मीटर
be
स्क्वायर
the
पर सेकंड.
meter square per second, right? Correct. So if you can convert this meter at the place of meter, if you can write centimeter square, that is called stock. Okay, one stock is 1 centimeter square per second. Fine. One stock is 1 centimeter square per second. That is the lowest unit of kinematic viscosity. So you have kinematic viscosity, you have the viscosity, but you want to find the specific gravity. So you want somehow density. So density will come from these two correlations or not?
यस सर.
Yes, sir.
Huh?
यस सर.
So
Yes, sir.
specific gravity would be that rho upon rho of butter, right?
यस
Yes
सर.
or no? So that way you can solve this question number 2. Then read for question number 3. Here you have a rectangular solid block which slides down 30-degree inclined plane. The plane is lubricated by 3 mm thick film of oil of relative density 0.9 and viscosity is 8 poise. If the contact area is 0.3 meters square, estimate the terminal velocity of the block. I hope you might have got the idea what is. Can anyone draw the picture of this particular problem so that I should understand that at least you are able to draw the picture. Draw the picture and show it to me actually. The class is open to everyone. This is tutorial now, so everyone should turn on the video. Don't take one. Can you people show that this is how your figure will look like? Because the drawing the figure is most important part to solve the any problem actually. First part is drawing a clear picture actually.
1 minute.
Durgesh, you want to show? Can you show that? Just start your presentation mode there so that we can see that. हाँ, but इसके बीच में वो oil किधर गया? Where the oil? Your mic is off actually.
सर मेरा देखिए.
हाँ, आप कौन बोल रहे हैं अभी?
सर विनीत.
Which Vineet? Let's see. Where is your oil film? This one. Okay. Any other student? This is for all, right? It's not like that the other will remain silent. This is the most important part to solve the questions properly, right, Arun? Show your figure what you have drawn.
Can you see?
It's not.
This one is a oil film. So here it is oil film. This is the block.
Okay. So, okay, fine. Any other student? Because the total are 106, right? So I should get 106 pictures. Everybody need to draw it. It's not like that we have to do the thousands of questions and my student don't know even one of them to solve properly. So there's no point to solve 1,000 questions, right? If each questions, if you can understand it well, that serves the purpose. Nitin Gupta, you want to show? Mic तो on कर लीजिए.
Yes, sir.
थोड़ा नीचे करिए, नीचे करिए थोड़ा picture. Just bring it down. Okay. So where the direction of the movement?
Sorry, sir.
ये ब्लॉक मूव किधर करेगा? हाँ, okay. Figure seems हाँ. Shivam. Let's see
Yes, sir.
what Shivam has shown.
Sir, this is the oil film. I have darkened the line.
हाँ. हाँ.
Showing the oil film. This is the direction of the motion.
हाँ.
And this is the weight, which is given 90 Newton.
Fine.
And this is the angle of inclination.
Correct. So angle of inclination, for your kind information, do you take this way? First thing is how to take angle of the inclination. Angle of the inclination, the way you people has taken it is wrong actually. Angle of inclinations are always this is the horizontal line. Can you see? This is the horizontal line. Angle of inclination always taken this side. You have horizontal here. So if you want angle of the inclination, you are going this way. Okay. So inclined down means this side. Inclined up means you are just taking this side. So this is your inclination upside one. If you are taking down one, you are this side. So you should take care of these two things. Because just taking the wrong directions, you will your answer would be wrong. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So yeah, you should take care this part. First, drawing the correct picture. That is most important part. Okay. So
Yes, sir.
other students, what about the other one? They are not doing anything. There are many more students here. With this, Asta, can you show your picture? What have you drawn? Asta, Abhishek, Aditi, Aditya Kumar,
Yes, sir.
so much. Ajay, Amgut, Amit, Anchit Kaur, Anirudh, Anurag Singh, Arshpreet, Arpit, Arshdeep, Arun Pandey, Balwinder Kaur, Chandresh, Chirag Sethi, Dhairya, Dinesh Kumar, Durgesh is participating. What
मैंने
about
तो
this
दिखाया था,
Gayatri
ये गलत बात
Agarwal?
है.
Yeah, I know. Durgesh is participating. I said that, not participating.
What
I have
about
not
this
said that
Gayatri
way.
Agrawal?
Geetika Agarwal, Gloria, Gopal. Everybody show that, right? This is the tutorial. It's for everyone. Just draw it and show it to me, right?
This is
क्या हुआ?
Sir, I am showing, sir.
अभिषेक.
What about this Gayatri Agrawal?
देख लो सर.
Abhishek is, this looks fine, but you have to draw a lot many things. Okay, that's good.
सर ये रहा देखो.
Other one
सर मैंने भी ड्रॉ कर
with this, अच्छी बात है. Chirag, right?
राइट दिस
Yeah, this is the good figure I think you have drawn. Chirag has done a good job
अरे
actually.
सच्ची में यार,
This is what,
गलत बात है.
no, this is the excellent figure actually, and I need, you need this one because you should understand कि हो क्या रहा है. दो सभी ने वहाँ पेन लेके ऐसे ऐसे कर दिया. अब उसमें बाकी चीजें आप कैसे कैलकुलेट करोगे? If you don't know anything else there, where the film, what is the thickness of the film, how to do the calculation within the film actually. So this is the best figure actually. इसमें थोड़ा सा एक दो चीजें और हमें ऐड करनी है. A good job, Chirag.
थैंक यू सर.
Any other student?
Sir, Roshan.
Roshan, let's see. This is also one. Only thing you have to expand your dimension. Don't be, you can say, confused when you are drawing the picture. Always draw the picture neat and clean and bigger one actually, so that everything should be clear to you. Fine?
Yes, sir.
Arpit,
Yes, sir.
Arpit's figure is also good actually. ये 90 न्यूटन जो आपने हवा में लिख दिया हो ऊपर, that's not a good thing. Force, weight always act downwards. You have to show at the right place.
Okay, sir.
Okay?
Okay, sir.
हाँ, because आपने लिख दिया weight top पे, so it doesn't make sense कि ये किस direction में काम कर रहा है, right? Yes or no?
Okay, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
हाँ, तो ये एंगल आप सभी लोगों ने खराब लिया है, so that need to be taken care. You have taken inclined up, not inclined down actually. That way you have taken the actually angle, all of you. So once you have, actually I also have solution, but that's not here. So I will also draw to you. So once you have drawn it, let me draw that and I will show you. Can you draw the XY coordinate in your figure with me so that you can also understand what is X, what is Y? Now, can you see my picture here? This one? Is it visible? Let's see. Can you people see that?
Yes, sir.
So what you have here, you have, let's say one more correction. So because these are things you have to always take care actually. So here, this hash line says that this is the plate which is stationary. So you have to draw that hash line also there. It means this plate is the stationary, which is your plane, inclined by 30 degree. On top of that, you have the oil film, which is the y coordinate, and that is of 3 mm thick, right? Then you have a metal block whose weight is W, and its component in the direction of the plane would be your W cos 60, which will try to drag it downward. Now your fluid will also, because as you have talked about that, the fluid have the viscosity, so it will give you the shear force, because shear force will try to pull its backside, because it won't permit the disturbance within the fluid. Therefore, it want to drag this particular block to the backside. Therefore, on backside, I drawn the arrow Fs. That is the shear force. So what will happen in case of the Fs and W cos the 60? So if you want to write the force balance into the direction X, X is the direction of the plane, right? Can you see the X direction? So X direction is the direction of the plane, which is downward. Y direction is perpendicular to the plane, that is Y coordinate. So you have to always draw the two coordinate, X and Y. Let's write the force balance. Can you write the force balance? Can you write the force balance here? Net force in downward side. So this would be your force equation, net force in downward side. That would be your W cos 60 minus F shear force. This would be provided by fluid, right? Is that fine? कुछ बोलते भी रहिए बीच में, right?
Sir, the picture is not
Yeah.
clear.
Okay, this way?
No, sir.
Not
It's
this
blurred.
way? Blur. But मुझे तो
It's about connectivity, sir.
Okay,
Maybe connectivity.
so next time I will take the actually soft copy of that actually. So that actually you can write on piece of paper also. That is actually your F equal to your downward force, which is the W cos 60.
सर ग्रुप में
Outward
भेज
force
दीजिए
is
पिक लेके सर बेटर रहेगा
that's
ज़्यादा.
fine, but we are here to do it actually to explain the things and concept. So you have group में कुछ नहीं भेजने वाला मैं. As far as the tutorials are concerned, you have to solve here. Tutorials are here. So you have here W. F is W cos 60 minus F shear. Now let's say shear force. How would you calculate the shear force? Tell me. What is the expression to calculate the shear force? Hello?
Shear stress or shear force?
First you tell the shear stress, then we can calculate shear force. What is the
Tangential force
expression?
divided by contact area.
ओहो, चलो अब फिर टेंजेंशियल फोर्स कैसे कैलकुलेट करेंगे इन दिस केस, इन दिस प्रॉब्लम? I have taught you Newton's law of viscosity, right? What is the Newton's law of viscosity?
Shear stress equals to mu du by dy.
Correct. That's what you have here. So your stress expression is tau yx, because y here is plane, x is the direction, so you will write tau yx equal to your mu du upon dy, that way. So that is your CSS, tau equal to mu du upon dy. I think it's visible now. I can see it clear.
No, sir, it's not clear.
But मुझे तो साफ दिख रहा है in my camera.
Yes, sir, visible.
So okay,
Sir, not
so your tau. Okay, तो सुनाई तो जो है दे रहा है ना. So tau yx, tau is shear stress, y is plane, x is direction, equal to mu du upon dy, because the movement is in x direction, so therefore you wrote du, and dy is the plane on which the oil is there, right? Now this is shear stress, and shear stress multiplied by area. This is your block, so area would be this area which is in contact of the oil only, not this area, not this area, not this area, not this area. Only ये नीचे वाला area is in contact of the oil only, because you have the oil on this particular plane. So only this much area would be considered only. So therefore the area of this contact area is already given to you 0.3 meters square. So you already know that. The only thing is need to be calculated du upon dy. How would you calculate du upon dy or the slope? You need 2 points only. How would you calculate du upon dy? From your figure only you have to calculate.
Sir, y is the thickness of film.
Yeah, so I want dy, not y. Simple thing. You want delta. So du upon dy, you have calculated tan figures, tan theta or slope or m. How would you calculate? Just y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. That way, right? You calculate that way all the time?
Yes, sir.
Yes or no? Same thing here. Now here you have u. So you can calculate u2 minus u1 divided by y2 minus y1. So u2 is the velocity corresponding to y2 and u1 is velocity corresponding to y1. Now your y coordinate in this particular figure start from this particular plane. So here your y equal to 0. This is the stationary plane. So your velocity here is 0. So at y1 your velocity u1 is 0. Now come to the block here. You have y2 would be the thickness h only, that is 3 millimeter, and velocity here, the velocity would be of this block, which would have some velocity. Either you can take that v or capital U, that is your u2. Fine? Is that fine?
Yes, sir.
No
Yes, sir.
response from so that way you will calculate
Yes, sir.
du upon dy. So du upon dy, your at the expression would become now. If your block velocity is, you have taken capital V, so u2 is just v, u1 is 0, y2 is just thickness of the film, which is your 3 millimeters. So you can write in terms of meter, 3 into 10 to the power minus 3 and minus 0. So that would be your expression of your this one. Fine?
Yes, sir.
So that would be your du upon dy. Now you come back to your original equation back. So your F is W cos 60 minus Fs. Fs would be what? This shear stress multiplied by area. Shear stress has come from here, so you can plug in all the values. Can you show me your equation now? What would be your final equation now? Show me your final equation. How would it look like? Can anyone show the final four equations in terms of your W cos 60, then your shear stress multiplied by area, shear stress in mu du upon dy. Area is just A, which is your 0.3 meter square.
Yes, sir. I am showing it the equation.
अरुण पांडे एक मिनट, थोड़ा सा ये आगे पीछे करके थोड़ा फोकस करो जरा.
एक मिनट सर. Let me
हाँ, because that is slight problem. हाँ, this looks fine. 90 cos 60 minus mu into area, u2 minus u1 upon y2 minus y1. So u2 you can take u only, u1 is 0, y2 is just thickness of film, that is
And
3 into 10 to the power minus 3, and y1 is 0. Fine.
Yes, sir.
So this would be your force. Now what will happen? They want here the terminal velocity. What will happen in case of terminal velocity?
Force will be zero, sir.
What do you mean by terminal velocity?
Constant वाला
Zero हो
से हो
जाएगा,
जाता है सर. Force zero हो जाएगा.
No, force is not zero. कुछ और zero होने वाला है.
Acceleration zero.
Yeah, acceleration term would be zero because force is mass into acceleration. So acceleration would be zero. So therefore your left hand side would be equal to zero in case of the terminal velocity. It means your downward force has been balanced by the shear force only, right? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So your the left hand side which you are calculating net force at terminal velocity would be zero. So you will put the left hand side equal to zero. So you will get your velocity. Fine. मिल जाएगा?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now you see the question number 4. 11:20 हो गया, कोई बात नहीं. Just read the question number 4. A 50 mm diameter, 0.1 meter long cylindrical body slides down vertically in a 52 mm diameter cylindrical tube. The space between the cylindrical body and tube is filled with oil of dynamic viscosity 1.9 Newton second per meter square. Determine its velocity of fall if weight is 16 Newton. So इसमें भी आपको terminal velocity ही calculate करना है, and when its weight is 16 the Newton actually. So I can show you that how would this picture will look like. This is just like a cylinder here. This is just a cylinder here which is your 52 mm in diameter. इसके अंदर आप एक और cylinder डाल दीजिए tube here. This is just say 50 mm. So just like this one bigger cylinder which is 52, inner cylinder which is of 50 only. In between of that you are filled with oil. Now just like that, Aditya is just showing. Yeah, this is good one. तो थोड़ा ये नीचे वाला सिलेंडर जो अंदर वाला है इसको थोड़ा जो है श्रिंक कर लोगे तो आपका बन जाएगा. And there's the gap right here which he had mentioned there. The gap between the two cylinders is just how much? How much is the gap between the two cylinders?
2 mm.
No.
1 mm.
1 mm, right? Because the total change in diameter is 2 mm. So 1 mm is this side, 1 mm is that side, right? So the gap between two cylinders is 2 mm on 1 mm, sorry. So you can draw that way. So it will look like that if you see the top view. Aditya has drawn the good one. So this is top view only. Here you can draw this 1 mm here. So it would be of something like that. You have the 1 mm with the gap, and there's the length. This length they have given, I think, how much? 0.1 meter. Now this is again the same type of question. Previously you have inclined, something like that, right? तो ये inclined वाला ही केस है. You have ये वाला जो outer cylinder है आपका, in this case stationary. So इसको stationary बना दीजिए. Just make stationary. तो ये हो गया. Outer वाला आपने stationary कर दिया just by this hash line. Inner cylinder is the moving with same velocity. तो जो है previous one में आपने क्या किया? Here was a plane and here was a block which was moving some velocity. Yes or no? ये
Sir.
किया ना?
Yes, sir.
तो यहाँ पे ब्लॉक में होके आपके पास आ गया एक सिलेंडर. Rest of the formulations would be same. Downward force. Now, if you want to say the downward force balance, in vertical case, so downward force would be the weight of the inner cylinder, which has given here how much? 90 Newton. दिया है पहले से ही. So 90 would have the downward. Rest of the formula would be same. So that would be your W cos 60 की जगह it will come total जो है W here minus shear force. Shear force expression would also be same. If you will take this direction as X, this direction as Y, your formula would also same. Your velocity du upon dy would also be changed because this would be your y equal to 0. Velocity here, the 0 here. This side velocity would be v and y equal to this gap only, which is your 1 millimeter, right?
Yes, sir.
हाँ. And area चाहिए was only here. So how much would be the area? In this case, area in contact of fluid. So how much would be that?
Pi r square.
No, pi r square तो ये हो गया, क्रॉस सेक्शन हो गया.
Pi r
ये
to
क्रॉस
square
सेक्शन
pi.
तो ये वाला क्रॉस सेक्शन तो फ्लूइड, ये वाला क्रॉस सेक्शन तो फ्लूइड के कांटेक्ट में है ही नहीं. ये वाला क्रॉस सेक्शन फ्लूइड के कांटेक्ट में आएगा ना, ये वाला जो इसका
2 pi RL.
सरफेस है.
Sir, 2 pi RL
So
over.
2 pi RL. 2 pi RL would be the area which would be in contact of the fluid. So जो आपका सेम फार्मूला काम करेगा, सेम फिगर, बस थोड़ा सा आप इस वे में ड्रॉ कर दीजिए and that would be your complete. So it would be of something like that. ये आपने बिना सिलेंडर बना दिया, इसमें आप वेट भी लगा दीजिए W and बस हो गया कंप्लीट. आपने टॉप साइड में shear force ड्रॉ कर दिया एंड बॉटम में you have drawn the weight. Your now you can write the force balance, right? So F net force downward would be again this W minus your this mu du upon dy into area. So du upon dy is same as you have previous one here, that u2 minus u1 divided by, let's say, r2 minus r1 now here, and area is just 2 pi r1l, and this one is your r1. Now you can see your final picture here. ये थोड़ा थोड़ा काम आप शिफ्ट में करेंगे तो आपको अच्छा लगेगा, राइट? अभी आपने जो है W ड्रॉ कर दिया, R1 भी शो कर दिया. तो R1 is the radii of the inner cylinder, R2 is the radii of the outer cylinder, and then you have wrote just a force balance F equal to W minus mu du upon dy. So y coordinate of draw करने रह गया, right? So you just draw the y coordinate here. So y coordinate is the horizontal coordinate and x coordinate is the vertical coordinate here. So now I have drawn the y coordinate. So y coordinate in the horizontal side, that is in the radial side only, and x coordinate is downward side. Okay? Is that fine? So we can end the class here, right? Because it's already 11:28, it's too late. So that way you try to complete till question number 5 or 6 with the surface tension वगैरह का है. Just try to do that. And the tomorrow's class we will try to complete the tutorial actually.